It's May, and that means we have a big title to look at. Let's talk about the actual state of Star Citizen, because a lot is happening right now. The Alpha 3.19 PTU has started for most players, and you can look forward to exciting news, including the next free Invictus launch week. And looking at the new roadmap from CIG, the future will be even brighter. But before we launch the big missile, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications to help us defeat the YouTube algorithm end boss. Let's get into it. To all newcomers, let me say right away, Star Citizen is a highly complex space simulation that offers you a scope that you have never seen before and that is both dizzying and fascinating at the same time. Role-playing, space combat, mining, shooting and trade simulation will become one.
What?
Sounds mind-blowing? Yes, it is. And that the developers of Star Citizen are working at full speed is shown by Alpha 3.19, which can now be tested in the so-called Persistent Test Universe, short PTU. Although this test environment is only accessible to a limited number of citizens, CIG is already working on providing access to everyone soon. The patch also expands and stabilizes the new core technology, Persistent Entity Streaming, which allows all items to remain in the universe entirely, but also fresh new content is waiting for you. The absolute highlight in 3.19 is the rework of the giant city of Laurel. The developers have just published a trailer, which impressively presents the city in version 2.0. We see skyscrapers with a futuristic look on a planet exploited by the Hurston Corporation. The industrial smog and clouds hang low over the city, which look even more impressive thanks to new volumetric rendering technology, improved particle effects, and the lighting mood has also significantly improved. The no-flight zone is lowered, allowing you to fly even closer through the rows of buildings.
We've lowered the restricted zone as much as we can. We can really get close to the buildings now.
In addition, there are new landing pads that probably have new missions in store for you. But the city is huge. As a newcomer, you might have difficulty finding your way around initially. But CIG is already working on a mentoring system where experienced players support and introduce you as a newcomer to the sandbox universe. But to also pick up the less social players, there's now the so-called new player experience, the text-based tutorial system that explains the world and the essential functions of Star Citizen. This happens via text overlays in the HUD. Initially, this feature was only available in the orbital station Beijini Point and in Area 18 of the planet ArcCorp. In 3.19, you'll also be able to complete new missions. CIG uses these quests to raise the player's gameplay motivation and to get valuable feedback for improvements. In the so-called salvage contracts, you must obtain raw materials from shipwrecks at the Lagrange points around Stanton. The mission givers charge a fee for this, but as a contractor, you can keep the salvaged materials for resale. It can happen, however, that players run into you at the wrecks and your peaceful resource extraction ends in a robbery or blackmail. There are no escorting NPCs in Star Citizen yet, so you can only seek other players' help or find their greed. Speaking of player versus player, CIG also wants to expand and optimize this gameplay mechanic, offering you the PvP mission Ghost Hollow. Here, you fight for control of various terminals, but big credit payouts await the winner. A new cool thing in 3.19 are also the tractor beams. This feature brings the game closer to the goal of creator Chris Roberts, who wants to make a real cinematic experience with the game. Large spaceships will need entire crews, from boarding engineers, navigators and machinists to doctors. So it's also about ship components that wear out, break and must be replaced. These can be installed inside and outside the ship, example in the form of missiles. That's where tractor beams come in handy. With them you can de- and attach items and effectively replace them. CIG also revealed the new Lynx rover, which is supposed to be available in the new patch. The sister vehicle of the Ursa rover is a luxury variant and was previously only available with the constellation Phoenix Emerald and the Lynx rover. The developers want to give the fresh planetary vehicle a stage for extensive testing in 3.19. The new patch brings some nice additions to the game, but it shows that this time the focus is clearly on technical optimization and stabilization. For more details, check out the official PTU 3.19 patch notes. But don't worry, CIG has already planned future supplies in their roadmap, and it goes directly directly on with patch 3.20. Look forward to Ship Trespass, a critical feature that, to be honest, should have been released much earlier. The ship's interior is now considered an unauthorized zone for all players who do not have permission to enter. You can give permits through the group system. This allows you to attack and kill unauthorized players without getting crime stats yourself. Get lost, griefers! In addition, there are new Retrieve Consignment missions, where you must find and salvage valuable items from wrecks. Also, the new Misc Hull C finally enters the game in 3.20. The huge trading ship can be fully loaded with over 4,600 standard cargo units, short SCU. From 3.20 on, the AI will also get better navigation through an improved nav mesh and more dynamic depending on the situation with the help of so-called entity tags. Their behavior depends on several factors, such as personality and hazards. This is a very crucial point in terms of FPS gameplay, NPC interaction, and ultimately immersion. Furthermore, characters and spaceships are being worked on diligently. Environmental and gang outfits are planned, like frontier clothing and desert outfits. And after the Lynx rover, more ground vehicles will follow, as well as new or improved spaceships, like the Crusader A1 Spirit or the C1. Regarding gameplay, the Arena Commander will soon get a generally new front-end to integrate with other game modes. Another exciting upcoming feature is the zero-G push and pull mechanic, with which you can hold onto objects and push off again using gravity. All in all, a feature that strongly resembles the Iron Man suit and should significantly improve gameplay in space and perhaps on planets. Then the Gen 12 renderer has been dramatically improved, and the Vulkan API should soon find its way into the game. This makes new features possible, such as DLSS, ray tracing, and much more. However, it is not entirely clear whether this significant upgrade will be released this year. If you want to play the game for free and test it extensively, the traditional Invictus launch week will take place again from May 19th to 30th. The event celebrates the founding of the United Empire of Earth Fleet, short UEE, where you can admire and fly the best ships out there. For more info, check out robertspaceindustries.com. That's it from our side with the current state of Star Citizen and outlook into the game's future. Definitely a lot of info to digest, but if the developers continue as they have so far, we're in for arguably the biggest and most immersive MMORPG yet. Thanks for watching. If you like or dislike this video, show it with your thumb, leave us a comment, and don't forget to visit our website, yourgames.tv, and follow us on Twitter @YourGTV for more content updates in the meantime. Expect more videos soon. See you in the next one, ballers.